switch it over.
Okay, guys, how's that? Anybody can hear us? Are we super loud now? Hi, JS Farms. I see Farmer Mima's here. Hi, guys. How's the sound now? Are we getting better? Oh, hi, Bandana Grandma. Let's see. Well, now we have people watching. So
which one are we using? The onboard camera or the other one?
So, onboard camera and the microphone. Here we're going to have an echo.
Can I unplug the other one?
Off and yeah, you can unplug it if we don't have anything.
Yeah, if we don't have anything plugged in.
Let's see if we just ruined our... Uh-oh.
Is that the one that was plugged in
being
used?
No, that was exactly not the one, but we just toasted our video, I believe. Guys, can you still hear us? Anybody?
Yeah, I think you just need to switch it.
Okay, we'll switch it back. So, hopefully you guys can still hear us because, yeah, we're just great with technology.
Could be a little louder.
Okay, we will turn up the volume. At least we'll have volume. Is that any better, guys? Can we...
Yep, Wasabi says turn it up a bit too.
Bonsai said to turn it up. Okay, well, 20-second delay, I just turned it up all the way. So let me know if we're blowing you out now or if it still needs to go louder. Let's see. Can you guys see us at all? Did we completely just...
Froze the frame.
Froze the frame, yep. So let me go. We will turn up. Guys, I'm sorry. This is just how awesome we are at technology. So, okay, I think we're back. So, let's see, we're going to have 20 seconds before they can see us. Seeing delay starting in 10 seconds. So, guys, sorry about all that. Let's see if this comes up any better. Let's see, blank screen, LOL, offline. So, guys, thanks, Bonsai, for putting that like button up there. Yeah. So...
Anyone let us know if you can see us now.
So we're 20. Okay. So we should be on again. Sorry. We're doing great. If you want to start clear from the beginning.
We'll try over again.
All the way.
Okay, we wanted to talk about bad weather and our little teeny tiny RV. We actually, after this week of bad weather, it hasn't been bad weather. Our area really, really needed the rain, but we had rain for a week and we didn't have our RV because it was in the shop to get repaired, and then it wasn't in the shop to get repaired because they misquoted us and we couldn't afford what they wanted to charge us. So we got to play with the RV a bit, but in that time we were in John's parents' bumper pull RV that was significantly longer. How much longer is it?
That's just not that significantly. It's 4 feet. Apparently it's a very significant 4 feet longer.
Well, because it doesn't have the engine and it doesn't have the driver's seat in it. It's a bumper pull.
So it is a box that you can, just like a house.
It's meant to be lived in. The whole thing's meant to be lived in rather than driven in.
Uh-oh, Mima's buffering. Are we buffering, guys? Or no buffering here? Okay.
Okay.
That could be because we have really good internet when we're
feedback?
in town.
Okay. Bonsai said we have feedback.
Feedback, okay. Thank you, Bonsai. We'll get this whole technology thing down pretty quick. It's only been, what, 7 weeks? 12 weeks? So,
So we had lots of rain, and really what it came down to was that we wanted to be spending the time indoors with Grandma and Grandpa because of the rain and because we were parked. If we could have gone outside and done other things, it would have been different, but because of the rain, buffering here too now. Okay, we're going to keep talking, and if it keeps being bad, you guys let us know. Anyway, so we had a week of rain, and it's cold, so it's in the 40s, and hard for kids to go outside and play in that, and our RV is only 20 feet long, and so having Grandma and Grandpa's to go in and play and work in their house meant that we didn't have to be struggling with the tiny space out in the rain. It's made me really worry about Florida a little bit because they have a lot of rain and
presently hurricanes.
And There we go. So we're kind of in. We actually went to an RV park. Was it yesterday or the day before?
RV sales.
RV sales
and
place.
Service place. Yeah.
We went because
Snotty people. but that's
we
okay.
we have our RV and it was free, and then John did about $2,000 worth of work on it. Is that about right?
Yeah, it's about right.
So we got into this RV for free, and then John fixed it up. He's able to work on it. We love it, but being in that bad weather made us kind of think, I wonder if we should just go do a little bit of research and see what else is out there and what the prices are, and do we think it would be an improvement? And we went and walked around all the big ones and all the little ones, and what we came down to was we really love our little RV. We're really grateful that it was so inexpensive and that John can work on it. It's just a good little RV. And when we went and looked at the big ones, we're like, yeah, I really don't think for what we're doing we need this kind of space. What we love about the RV...
Space would be nice, but it always has the trade-offs that go with it that were not as fun.
And we didn't need a huge... We did decide that if we ever in our life ever actually bought an RV, we wouldn't buy one of the big ones. We would buy one that just maybe had a different floor plan and was newer. Yeah. And so that was really nice. What we have found we love about the RV is we love to travel quickly in it, because as the scenery changes, the girls are easy to keep focused. We do school every day, we park overnight, and then we're on to the next place. So using it as as a travel trailer, not a parking trailer, but a travel trailer. We like to travel in it if we're moving quickly.
But it's not much of a trailer, so...
Travel RV.
Motor home.
Motorhome.
Yeah.
If we were somewhere really, really amazing weather, no bugs, no heat, no cold, then we would be fine in that. But it's good to be able to escape from bad weather in it because it's just so tiny. Right. The other thing that we have found is that as you move between the seasons, you don't have any clothing storage. And so what we started out with was clothing for the girls that were summer clothing. And John and my clothes are pretty changeable. We just put more layers on or take more layers off. Right. But the girls love to wear their dresses and their leggings and to be, little fairy butterfly children. But it's starting to be not warm enough for that. Yep. And the problem is if at this point we decide it's too cold here, then when we go south, we won't need winter clothes. And so we can't store a lot of clothes. So what we found is that buying a couple of new things as the girls need it, rather than going out and going to the secondhand store and buying all new stuff. Instead, we went and we got Kaya 2 new dresses that have longer sleeves and are a little warmer. And we got Paige 1 dress and a pair of cowboy boots. Yeah. So it's our version of fallizing them. We're not winterizing them. We're trying to at least get them through fall.
Live
what?
Shows.
Did somebody say something nasty? Is that why you have that look on your face?
No, I was just thinking of live shows.
Hey, Ben.
What are you guys doing?
We're taking a live show.
Did you want to say hi to the world?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Come around.
This is one of my little brothers.
He's an insurance salesman if everybody needs anything.
Why would you say that? You make it sound creepy.
Oh, because he makes me worth more dead than alive.
So this is my not quite youngest brother, middle-ish. This is my middle-ish brother of the 7 of us.
So,
what are you guys talking about?
Oh,
we're talking about the RV and the fact that we've been in the rain.
Oh.
It's been, and the experiences we've had. It's been a good week.
You guys gotten water in there?
No, it's been perfectly good, but it's a very small space with 2 children in rain.
Right. So
it's
understandable.
Like being around goats in rain or cats in rain. They're kind of cranky.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, that's cool.
Yeah. It's something.
Well, my truck started leaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of
sorry.
What year is it? 07?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't live in it.
Yeah, don't
Try not to live in your truck.
In the rain.
I think I spend more time in it than I spend in my bed.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
You could put a camper shell or something on the back and you can go with us.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay, so Greenlee Anchor is asking, when do we head south and where to? Good questions.
We hit Provo Canyon on the 10th. Go visit my sister.
We're being vague on dates because we have found that is...
Ish.
Ish.
But that is our committed time.
Yes.
That's one of those times we have actually
We could
committed
be
to
there
being there because
before.
they're waiting for us.
Right? Well, that's what I'm saying. We could be there before. That would be good.
He's cute, isn't he? He's a cute little boy.
Oh. Know anybody? So.
Right. He's not so little anymore, I guess. Anyway, so we'll be in Provo Canyon, and then we will be heading to go visit my sister. We have a couple of people that are hosts in Utah, so we'll see how many we can reach. I had a couple video collaborations I wanted to do for tiny houses and for backyard gardens.
Really? So, I see John Lord. I see you're on right now.
Yeah, John, we needed to talk to you
Yeah,
about
we
that.
got to talk to you. So, remind me, you have you have my email actually going direct to me, I think. Anyway, I'll try and get back to you. If you don't hear from me, email me back.
Yeah,
Charlotte,
so we need to
Charlotte
talk.
says, hi, Ben. Hey, Ben. Charlotte's here. So,
What is that supposed to mean?
nothing.
Hey, Jay. Okay, so we are going to be, we want to go to Colorado because it has a ton of tiny house, alternative living type places that I really want to go see. Little farms.
Awesome to go spotlight.
Yeah, awesome places to go spotlight. I don't think we have like hardly any hosts in Colorado. So if we do go to Colorado.
But there's legal pot. Oh, wait. This is a family show.
Anyway.
Sorry, do I throw you off your groove? All the time.
So, Colorado. If there's no snow in Colorado, we want to go to Colorado just to do some filming.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're going to instead head south and west and go through Arizona, Nevada, and then we're hoping to stay with Rebecca and maybe leave the RV with Rebecca and take a car into California to do some really intensive filming.
Maybe we should have consulted with Rebecca.
But we're already staying with Rebecca.
Right, but we need to consult with Rebecca before putting it out to the world.
Weren't we also
Hey,
maybe going to go
world.
to Quartzsite?
Hey, Rebecca.
Quartzsite?
Quartzite, yes.
Quartzite. Well, if
So,
Rebecca doesn't
no
want us to
pressure
stay
there.
If Rebecca doesn't want us to stay that long, we would go to Quartzsite. We would park the RV, and then we would drive into California because we have some really, really, really cool places to go and film, and then come back and kind of be able to sit in Arizona, Nevada, California-esque places while we wait to see how the storm goes down south so that we're not driving into a typhoon in our little motorhome. Because we're learning the value of flexibility. Why do you keep laughing?
Because everybody's like seeing that I'm funny. My wife no longer sees that I'm funny.
I know,
so,
a lot of people
like,
thought that was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
See, Rain Country Homestead. We got to tell everybody who watches this later. My husband and I had a good laugh over the putty knife makeup remark you made last week because it's exactly the kind of thing he would say.
So bonsai,
Yes.
there's already snow in Colorado. See, that's what we're worried about. The girls have new coats if we went there, but we're really concerned about the weather. It last night it froze, and we were out in the RV when it froze, and the propane heater works and everything that way is fine. But I'm not concerned about when we're sleeping, because once we get in the covers and we have our layers on, we're all just fine. It's what are we going to do with the girls during the daytime? There's only so many board games you can play. I mean, one day is fine, but when you start getting into like more and more days where the kids are trapped inside the RV,
Exactly.
not good.
Bonsai, good job. So, let's
Just
see.
always have the back end of the RV downwind and all is good.
Yes, that is true. So, never mind.
Is that
What's in the-
so
what's
you're
in the-
not blowing your exhaust back up into your...
Yeah, that's one way to say it. So,
Who is funny? If you say John is funny.
yeah, she was saying I was funny.
Okay,
So.
howdy Homestead homies. Hey Palmetto.
Let's see. Do you have chains for the RV tires? No, and I'm starting to seriously think of it. Sorry, that's Ivan predominantly. Seriously thinking about it, but I'm hoping that I've driven in snow on my entire life. We get, ice here for weeks on end on the road, and it is slick ice.
And our problem is that we drive so slow that when there's semis behind us, we've
Right.
had some really near
That's
misses
where
where
I-
they
yeah.
barely came around that corner and didn't clip us. because we're going 55 at a max and they're going 75.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a lot of time to realize how slow we're going. And so if we have, what?
John Lord kind of finally clarified. He says the wind's pushing the RV down the road. Okay, fine.
Okay.
That was a good point. I totally didn't see that. I was thinking more like downwind, other things.
So Baldwin, we're moving into an RV in the next 10 years. Can't wait. You know, it's been awesome. And we looked at all those other models, not because we were going to buy one, but because we stayed in John's parents and we saw the difference.
We wanted to verbalize what we wanted to do later on. If we go into a tiny house, what did we like? What did we not like? And why?
Yeah.
So it was a gathering ideas, research thing. So.
Well, and yeah, if we're going to live in a tiny house, it's interesting to kind of see the RVs because they're meant to be. Why do you keep looking at me like there's something funny?
Sorry, I'm trying to
I know, but you get this
to what you're
look
saying,
in your eye like
because
you're like, I saw something funny. They're making fun of you, and I'm just going to make fun of you with them.
There's wonderful conversation going on right now, and I'm trying to keep your conversation because it's all worth listening to. And then I'm trying to read all the conversation in the comments because they're hilarious.
And we did miss Josh. We didn't see him in Washington.
Yeah, Josh, we got
up
to
there,
you.
And it was really sad because then once we got there, everybody came out of the woodworks and they're like, "Oh, we could have seen everybody,"
right?
But we were in such a hurry. Oh my gosh, we almost didn't get the house done before the renters got there. We were moving as fast as we could. We didn't do anything on the outside of the house to get it ready. We were just on the inside of the house. Mm-hmm. And we almost didn't make it.
Yeah.
So we really did have to go through it that fast. But now what we want to do is on the leg back, we want to go back up and see everybody in Washington and Oregon that we missed.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to try and figure out how to do that in the spring.
Put the girls into bungees. They can jump up and down, and John can spin them around and around like Supergirl. Whee! Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and then he says, tiny house. Don't have the claustrophobia or the girls or the dogs bouncing off the walls right next to you.
Yeah.
So
well, and so we do.
It may make us appreciate our much bigger than tiny house. We could very well.
We might come back and just be like, we really love our house.
Yeah.
Why would we not want to be here?
So, for sure.
Let's see. So we went and looked at all the other RVs, and that was super fun. Again, we realized we didn't want one at all. The price tag was incredible,
ridiculous.
And we didn't need that kind of space. We really are only 4 people. I'm not going to get distracted by the fact you're snickering, and I don't know why.
No, Dolphin Man's asking if we've ever had that RV on board of a car ferry. No, that would be a fun thought. If we ever make it into Canada, we'll just drop by Vancouver and take the ferry across to the island. It's something I kind of dream of. Water, living on a boat. So... let's see, that would be cool. Let's see, Rain Country Homestead. That would be cool. We are closer to the coast. Twilight Zone, sparkly vampires. Sweet!
Let's see.
Sparkly vampires.
And Jerry had a question, purpose of leaving the homestead. The purpose of leaving the homestead was that we have little girls, and with the intensity of me being the YouTuber and John not working, our family was really struggling. And we could pay for a mortgage, or we could go and we could do the RV thing. And try really hard to kind of wrap our heads around how our life has changed since John got hurt. And so we don't have any debt except the mortgage on the house, which meant that if we weren't paying the mortgage, we didn't have any debt. All of our expenses could be paid for and cash flowed by savings and also by the YouTube channel. And so so we sold everything in the house, including and even vehicles and animals and that kind of thing. Yep. But the homestead is still intact. All the cages are still there. All the pens are still there. The greenhouse is still there. What? Why are you giving me
I'm listening.
You're not listening. You're giving me sly looks.
Josh Curtis is asking where we're at. So we are still in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And then we'll make it down to the greater Salt Lake area tomorrow. Yay. No, it'll be a while. A couple days. Anyway, from there, we're not sure if we go east, south, or west. That's what we're trying to figure out now.
And it all depends on weather. So
anybody who is in Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California, who hasn't contacted us already, go ahead and just email us at dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com.
And the best part of our trip is having hosts.
CS, yeah. If you put CS in the subject line or something, we can totally find it.
CS?
See us. Come see us.
No, we put host.
Well, you could put
those
host.
are the ones.
But what if they don't want to host us? What if they don't want to host us?
What does that mean?
What
See
if they-
us.
Come see us.
Well, what
Put
is a
something
host,
in
then?
the subject line that says
Host.
hi.
No.
Yes.
Otherwise Tangi can't find it.
So-
It has to say host.
I see.
I'm not saying that should be difficult. It needs to say host in it, and then we can find it. Otherwise, because
Yes.
I do have other emails coming in from people that wouldn't host us,
Right.
and it would be confusing. So the best part of our RVing has been our hosts. A lot of the videos that will be coming up are going to have little snippets here and there of our hosts.
Yes.
So we had Jack of all trades. Did I get that right?
Jack of all trades. Jack of all, master of none.
Jack of all, master of none.
I'm surprised he hasn't shown up yet.
He was the one that was helping us when John was changing the fuel pump in, I think, the video from this morning. And then the video, is it tomorrow or the video Saturday? I think the video Saturday, that one comes up and you'll see Mary and John. And you've already seen Home Place Journal. So that has been not just a financial ease, it has been it's been getting to know our people, I
Yeah.
guess, if that's the best way to
Getting
put it.
to see the people that are of like mind
Yeah.
and like us, and that there are people out there that people that want, I don't know. Yeah. It makes us see our friends. How's that? So
Our hosts make us sound like a parasite.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking in the line, but
No, it's not.
Let's see. Is this full cross-country trip? Okay, Josh Curtis, one at a time. Yes, we are hoping. The problem is, the problem is weather right now, and there's always logistical problems. Where do we go? What do we, can we get up here? Is there anything? Oh, we missed a spot. Let's turn around and go back. And so the really interesting part about this is that we can't plan our lives as good as we were earlier. When we were on the homestead, it was, okay, summer's coming. It's the middle of January. Let's put the seeds in the dirt and start them in the window, and then we'll plan for that. Da. We can't do that here because everything changes like almost daily. It's just been cool.
As far as the hosts, if you do ask to be our hosts, what happens is we send you an email that says, this is when we'd be here. Are you a felon? Are you a sex offender? That type of thing. And then we assure you that we're not a felon or a sex offender.
We haven't had our shots.
We have a lot of people where we just stop and say hi. We've had, I think about half of our hosts, we've only stopped and said hi. And the one where it was the Master Carpenter video, we only stopped for lunch. And then we went to go see her dad's place, and that was it. And then who else? The one about the conversion van, we didn't stay overnight. We just didn't have time. We just went and said hi to them and got to see the conversion van and their other amazing things. And then we drove on. And so mostly it's kind of about the convenience for the host. Not, and just that we want to meet and see people. What? Why do you keep laughing?
John Lord. Who else wants to admit they're in California and part of the road trip? Yeah.
And what did you
That
mean about
is
Linda? Are we going to go see Linda in
Well,
Reno, or is that a QT need to know?
So that's
Linda,
that's a QT need to know. We will work on that.
You know who
one.
Linda is?
No. Linda, contact us. We had a couple in road trippers. I think, Linda, have you been or John?
If I
do you
don't know the
if
name of the
Tangi,
channel, I get confused.
If you wanted to see us and you haven't gotten that questionnaire that she was just talking about, then that's kind of that's how we know that you're there. And so if you haven't been there, then haven't gotten that questionnaire back from Tangi, then email us.
Re-email it, because it just means that we don't know you actually want to be a host unless you send the questionnaire back.
So,
Okay. Oh, and Daniel just showed up. Hey, Daniel.
So, John Lord, you've got to get out of California, man. We're doing our best to come over and see you. We're really trying, and we're trying so hard. We want to come see you.
Okay, Josh, what were the other questions? Sorry, but I'm very curious. I didn't see what your other questions were, Josh. Yeah, we have a hard time seeing it if it's not in all caps.
The
It's
feed
too
actually
fast.
zips along because it's got some background things going too. So.
Oh, Linda Smith, the cooking videos. I don't know. I would have to go look. Because we have so many different states to cover. we look at the state that's just in front of us rather than at the side states. We put everything into our travel planner, but the ones we focus in on contacting are the ones that are coming up next. So we can give them like a week's notice or a week and a half's notice of when we're going to be there.
Yeah. We
So
have
Josh,
a really... Here's been the interesting part about it. We have a difficult time figuring out how to give people more than 10 days notice because of that fluidity that I was talking about earlier. So we
come to
can
Northwest Georgia. We would love to come. We're coming to Kentucky for sure. We know we're coming to Kentucky and Ohio.
We'll go to Georgia.
But our problem is we're running out of months. We need to wait till we don't have snow on the road, which means this, instead of being a 6-month trip, this may turn into a year-long thing in order for us to get to everybody, because we want to get to everybody.
If we need to, we'll put Julie on a bus to get back home to learn the watering, and then bus her back. And
what is a clown? They're scary, like literally clowns in Georgia?
Well,
okay,
you need to
ready
see
for
who
this
you're
one. It's
quoting,
true. We have scary clowns down in Georgia, and the police are on the lookout for them. This is real, and in Georgia, most of us carry guns.
Yeah, I've heard about that. The clown thing.
What?
I don't know.
I don't think he's joking.
No,
I
he's
saw
not joking.
about
It's
it.
I have
but
two.
Is it actual
There's
clowns?
An
like
actual
clown
clown
suits?
thing. I never read the story. We weren't getting to Georgia yet.
Okay.
We were busy. But yeah, so Georgia, most of you guys keep carrying for sure, and we will be down there to a free state.
So Josh is asking, cross country, got that. How long will you be doing this, and what is the end game? Where will you eventually settle down, or do you even know? So this is something that we've answered in other live shows, and we talk about on the RV type videos a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm a broken record saying it, so I feel bad. We have a commitment with the renters that we will be back in the end of April, beginning of May, to help them with the irrigation and to set them up in the greenhouse and make sure everything is going smoothly for them. If at that point we want to stop RVing, we will build our tiny little house on skids so that it doesn't have a foundation, so that it doesn't violate any of the codes in our area. As long as it's on skids and it's not a permanent foundation, we can do that. And so we would live in that. We still have our wood stove. We still have, and we have designated that there's a certain part of our property that would be ours, and the rest of it would be the renters. And that way our mortgage would still be paid, our bills would be less, but we would also be there to help maintain the property. If we found an amazing home away from home where we felt like we just couldn't leave it, we would still go back and take care of the renters, and then we would probably go back. But we're so in love with this meeting everybody thing. It's been so fun to go out and meet everybody.
Everybody that we have gone to has been amazingly just out of their way kind and wonderful friends, just almost welcoming us with a hug. And, or at least
usually it's a hug. I don't think I've met anybody that I didn't give a hug. I'm just like, I'm so excited to meet you. It has been. Isn't that kind of how I've reacted every time?
She's not normally a hugger.
I'm not generally.
Just ask me. So.
This is a live show, and I can't just punch you.
Right. I can say
there will be a comeuppance when this show is not live, and it will involve a spatula. Okay.
Or a pan, apparently.
There are actual clowns out there.
Yes.
Like with guns.
I don't remember. Let's see. Options for dropping a shipping container. That has been a thought. Definitely a simple thought, but we're actually kind of leaning towards stick-built because of simplicity
and lightness. And so the video I'm making today that will be up sometime next week is about my homeschooling as well as the girls' homeschooling. I have all my construction books and my plumbing books and my tiny cabin books, and I'm studying them on the road so that I know how to build this little cabin when we get home. And it's why we're looking at all these other tiny houses, is to get ideas for designs and ideas for methods. And we're really excited to come see Deep South Homestead because they keep telling me about this concrete dome in the back of their property that their neighbors are at, that I'm so excited to see.
Paratrooper says you can punch me.
Right? Well, okay, so the other thing is I don't mind answering it again at all. I don't mind at all answering it, Josh. I just sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, everybody else has heard it and they probably feel like I'm a broken record.
Greenlee says you only have one pan, though.
I do. I only have one pan. Very true. It's got to be a little hard letting go. Oh my gosh, it was so hard the other day. I was cleaning up the greenhouse and I was saying that usually I start my greenhouse in February. I have all my hotbeds ready to go in February, and then I have huge produce. My whole garden is producing by the 1st of April, I'm picking big radishes, and we have spinach, and we have everything because I do the hotbeds. And I watched myself take these beds apart. And I tried really hard not to cry on the outside because my woofer was with me helping. But I was crying pretty hard on the inside. It was really hard to see that I had this system down. I had it down. It was working. It was productive. And it was also really hard when it started raining and I didn't have my wood stove. I complained a lot at that point because I wanted my wood stove. I wanted to start a fire. I wanted to go make a pot of soup on the stove.
Just heat the house up to 80 degrees in a nice dry heat.
I shouldn't talk about it because it makes me sad.
Don't dent the
It's got to
one
be
pan.
okay, though. It's got to be okay. Golf clubs axis clown thing is happening. Are you serious? Golf clubs? I thought you were talking about what I should use on John, but I don't play golf. John, you better watch your Julie will be getting out the rolling pin, right? I have a pretty sharp spatula.
Alicia Stelling, do you think we'll come to Wisconsin? We could probably try that in the spring. When does it start warming up? When does the snow melt completely away? I guess that's the big question.
And that's why
Alicia?
we think we have to extend it for at least a year, is because if we have to stay for a while in Arizona because it's raining in Florida, it means we're going to miss. We've got a lot of people in Texas, tons of people in Kentucky, lots of people in Florida, and we're starting to get more in the Midwest.
Here's Tiffany Clark asking about Florida right now. No, plans have not changed with Trish, and we're just looking at... I don't know. Like I said, it goes back to the fluidity that I was talking about. It's just things change because they just have to. And so it's turning to, well, we will get to Trish, but the question becomes when. So let's see.
The way that what's his name? The one
His
Rhodes.
name.
Justin Rhodes.
Okay.
The way that Justin Rhodes is doing his is that he's taking that van or that bus and he's gutting it, and he's actually taking some of his farm animals with him. We tried that for the first leg of the trip with rabbits, and our situation is so tiny that the living conditions for the rabbits were not okay. It wasn't good. And so we care about our animals enough that we're not willing to have them suffer just so that we can have higher video counts because we have a moving farm. Justin Rhodes, on the other hand, is actually building his bus so that he can have some of the farm animals and they'll be in happy space, which is different. The well-being of the animals matters. But I would love, if I could take my animals with me, my heart would be full. I would be okay to leave the homestead a little better, but we can't. Not for as long as we're planning on being gone and as unpredictable as things are. What?
Our Baldwin homestead. Once you go small, you never go back.
Well, I hope so. I hope we never go back.
That's what she hopes.
What?
Right now, that's what you hope. So we could get to this point. We're like, give me room. I can't. I gotta throw elbows just to get to the bathroom.
I still don't think I will want anywhere near the space that we have in our house. We have 2,300 square feet.
We have 2,000 square feet.
Including the garage.
2,600 with the garage.
2,600 including the garage. And
nice garage.
I've got a full basement in the basement that we don't actually need the space for. I have so many homesteading things I want to do. I don't want to be bothered with vacuuming that much carpet. And I'm so grossed out when it's not clean. And so I do not want a house that big. At the very least, we could go half that size. And that would be more livable. But I'd like to go smaller. We've lived in smaller. We lived in a 600 square foot house. And in my opinion, it was perfect. Our laundry situation was right there next to the stove in the kitchen. Everything was very self-contained. We had enough space for food storage. I had my goats in the backyard and my rabbits and my chickens in my garden. I loved that small of a space, and that was 600 square feet.
Josh Curtis is asking, did both of you grow up on farms? When did this happen? Passion before you met? Once you were married? Sorry if you've answered this. No, don't be sorry.
I grew up this way.
I grew up on a dairy farm till I was about 6 years old. Then we moved into town, and then we moved right back right after I graduated.
But you didn't have animals anymore.
Never had animals. Still had a little bit. And yeah, we had horses. And it was... This is not my thing.
Not his thing.
But I'm willing to go along because I love and want to keep my darling wife happy.
But what was the change? There was a point where you changed, your opinion of it changed, and you're like, we should do this because this is saving us money.
That's true.
And we have so much self-reliance.
I think that was
because you changed.
Chickens. That was the chickens.
It was after we saw that we had all this food scraps that went to chickens.
That goes back to what's her name? There's a video on YouTube, Chicken's the Gateway Animal or something. And it was exactly that. And yeah, it was So I think that was the changing point where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm really excited about this, but
Hey,
not,
Stephanie. I will
Yeah.
love on your goats.
but digging the ditches was kind of where I lost that passion again. Like, this sucks.
See, and
So,
Robert, we really don't want to miss any states. We're seeing so much difference, even just between Oregon and Washington and Idaho. We saw so much beautiful scenery. It was like we really don't want to miss a state. And so the problem right now is we don't have as many hosts in certain states. In order to be able to afford to go through a state, we have to have people that are willing to let us park, because it costs us $30 a night to park at an RV park.
and we need to move slow. So
Yeah, and we don't drive fast.
Yeah, so we've got to get like Colorado. We would probably need 5, 6 stops just to get through the state. That's from north to south. That's the short way.
And that's because
And
our
so-
gas is so expensive. We get 7 miles a gallon in our RV, and we have expensive food. We don't eat cheaply because we're paleo.
Did you see what Amanda just said? Move from 2,300 square feet down to 1,570, and it feels small and difficult, and it's no easier to keep clean.
You think so? Did you get rid of a bunch of stuff though? How much stuff did you get rid of? Because I know for me, it has so much to do with, I don't know, there's such a balance between having stuff so that you don't have to spend more money and you just hold on to it, and holding on to stuff that you don't need. Because I am a total hoarder when it comes to things that I think will save my family money. And so it's easy for me to fill up space with things like food storage. And we had 5 years of food storage when we left?
It's close to that.
5 years of food storage for our family. That's too much.
Christy Fails asking, what size tiny home are we going to build? So 14 by 32 is what we looked at nicely, with a gabled roof, so we would have a beautiful tall loft, double loft. So it's actually not
It's not
really
tiny,
small.
tiny. It's just really little. Really,
Yeah,
really little.
very
How many
little.
square feet is that?
Really?
We shouldn't have
Let
to
me grab
ask
my
ourselves to
check.
do math in our
Right?
brain here. That's a bad thing.
See.
We love Dave Ramsey.
Totally.
Let's see. If you do make it back to Washington and get to the peninsula, we'd love to have you park. See, we loved Washington,
Right.
and the people we met and the people in Oregon. We were so in love with the people in that area.
Caveat.
We so want to go back.
Washington, your sales tax and your gun laws are terrible. You have to work
Oh my
on
gosh!
those
Every
two.
time we went in and out of the
Oh
state
my
border, he would
gosh.
start to have this rant about
I loved
state
Oregon.
tax.
That's what made Oregon like, this place is beautiful. I love it.
That's a good question, Bonsai. How many miles do you plan for each day? We don't plan for miles each day. What works really well for the girls is if we're in the RV for about 6 hours of driving time is good. It gives us a time to get school done and to have time to play some board games. And I can get a video edited. And so I really like 6 hours of driving time. When it gets more than that, the girls start to get really cranky.
Kevin Harrington got it. 448 square feet on the main level. You put 2 lofts in there, that's 2/3 of that, so you'll be at 300 square feet up top. 750 square feet.
So Josh,
can do
I
that.
envy you guys so much. We could sell our house and make $60,000.
Very nice.
He envies us. So, but
That
then
was our
what?
thought.
That's true. But then what? We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't actually have some purpose to it. I think it would drive us crazy to drive across. It would drive me
Meander.
crazy.
Let's look here.
It would drive me crazy if I was meandering across the country and I didn't have a purpose. My purpose here is that we're building our channel so that we have an income stream until John is done with school. It is our income stream until he's ready to go back to work. And I have always wanted to go out and see what other homesteaders are doing. I love to absorb knowledge and information from other people.
Yes.
And not everybody's making videos. A lot of the people that we've taken videos of don't want to make their own
Yeah.
videos, but they're brilliant
Right.
and I want people to know about it. So it's about finding amazing people and what they're doing. And it's about spending time with my kids, because when I was homesteading full-time and working with YouTube, I was a horrible, horrible, unhappy mother, spouse. I was so stressed out, and I was so crying inside about the fact that I didn't have time to spend with my family.
Guys, I'm going to change the chair.
But I didn't know what else to do. I needed to, when John got hurt, it became a matter of, it wasn't extra income coming in, it was the only income coming in. So previously, the income from YouTube was just paying for the farm if I wanted to make improvements. When John got hurt, it suddenly became our livelihood, and it got really intense for me. And so being on the road now, I'm not also farming. I'm just YouTubing, and I'm being a mom.
Yeah.
And even though it's still a full-time job, it's not 3 full-time jobs like it was before.
Now there's a babysitter.
Yeah, Kevin, small, not tiny. I don't think we would mind being in a tiny house as long as we were on some really nice property. But I do believe strongly in having food storage, and I believe strongly in having space to be able to work in a nice kitchen and have space to enjoy your home rather than necessarily just cramping it down to the tiniest space you can possibly fit everybody into. Oh, thank you, Bonsai. Bonsai just put up, if you guys want to host us, I promise we only stay one night. Or
Yes.
sometimes we just pop by and we want to hug you and say hi.
We drop by in the afternoon and then we're gone a couple hours later.
And that is the email. That is the Dirtpatcheaven at Gmail that you would contact. And just put in the headline, in the topic, just put in host. And then we can find you. We should all go see Deep South Homestead and have a good old-fashioned barn raising. We totally should. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, no, I'm losing. What did you say?
What did we do?
I have such a hard time figuring out how to scroll up.
You click on it?
Yes, I'm really excited to show you guys the videos that are coming up. I'm trying to get better at my thumbnails. And I prefer to do videos that are how-to videos. And so I try to sneak in like a soup recipe or a pressure cooking recipe into my like daily vlog because it drives me crazy to just do a daily vlog. Happy anniversary. Oh, I missed that. It went by so fast, but happy anniversary. 83 people watching, 46 thumbs up. Keep tapping that thumb. That's right. Thank you.
Suburban Hillbilly, thanks for stopping by.
Terry.
It's
Okay,
gotta go.
so yes, Washington was beautiful. We loved Washington.
Absolutely gorgeous. You've got to work on that sales tax thing.
Bye, Suburban Hillbilly.
8.2%. See, if they're starting to add decimal points in there, then you know that they already know that it's too much.
What?
I'm back on my sales tax.
Oh, okay.
Okay, coming to Missouri. We're hoping. It'll have to be in the springtime, probably late springtime. Well, no. I think we're going to do that this fall. At least right now, that's the way it's planned out, is we're going to head up through Missouri and kind of do this little horseshoe. Sorry, let me get in the front. Kind of do this little horseshoe thing before we head down toward like Alabama.
And we are going to Texas. Yes. Again, we're planning on coming everywhere, to every state, and we're trying really hard to give better notice about when we'll be there. That first leg of the journey, we were really just learning how to do it. So the next ones we're coming to are Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California. Those would be the 5 states. So if you're in those 5 states and you'd like to host us, email us.
Even for an hour.
Even
Or
just to
like
come by and say hi.
Or we wave as we drive
Or if
by.
you know of something that's amazing that
We'll
should be filmed, we are so excited about seeing farms and homesteads and tiny houses and alternative building and alternative gardens and things like that.
Yeah. So send us an email on that too. Just, put cool place in the title or something.
We would love to visit the Amish. We don't have any Amish here.
Yeah, our cook stove is an Amish stove.
That's true. Palmetto, I like how you said that. Yes, Josh. Josh said that he doesn't think anybody would care to watch his channel, but that's not true. Everybody has something. I mean, YouTube isn't everybody's cup of tea, and that's different from feeling like nobody would want to watch you. They're
Right.
two different things. If you don't want to YouTube, that's different. But if you'd like to YouTube and you think nobody would watch, that's not ever true. There's
Right.
so much that you can teach people.
Yeah. Or not teach people. You could
Right.
just sit there
and just talk
and talk.
like this.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're like, these two schmoes can totally pull
Yeah.
it off.
Oh, and Bonsai's reminding us. Okay, so we are part of the Homestead Network, and the
yeah.
reason why we have this show is that there's a series of Homestead channels that get on and talk about budgets, and some of them we just get on and talk, like Big Bear Homestead. They talk about essential oils, and they just chew the fat, and it's super, super fun. They also have their Insomniacs Club that is super fun, but it's not part of the Homestead Network. But we have Go for Green Living. We have Tommy with the Off Grid Nation. But go to thehomesteadnetwork.com and look up the show times, and you'll see all the list of other people that do these live shows, and they're super fun.
Speaking of which, I was hoping
So
Tommy
Misty
would
Valley,
jump
you
on
should
today.
totally just email us, because then we put you on the itinerary, and when we start to get close, we contact you and say, is it still okay if we come when we're about a week and a half out? So if you want to host us, don't leave it here in the comments, because this conversation disappears. Once we are no longer live, every comment here disappears, and it no longer shows, and we cannot find that you offered. So it has to be in the email. What would be the best things to do for your family when someone hosts you? Usually what people happen, and we didn't even instigate this at all, usually what happens is we call and tell them we're coming, and we assign a day that we're going to try and be there. If we can't make it on that day, we let them know, and we say, we're going to be the next day. We're really sorry we got caught. The engine vapor locked or whatever. And that way, usually we're there, though, within a 24-hour period of when we thought we would be. And almost without exception, what's happened is we show up for dinner, and we have dinner with the family. I try to have something that I bring out of the RV to share as part of dinner, and we have dinner, and then we have hugs at night. We go back to RV, we go to sleep, we wake up in the morning, we make our own breakfast, and we leave. Mm-hmm. And when we first get there, usually we are really rude and we ask, can we have your Wi-Fi code? Right. That's the first thing we ask because
something's got to be uploaded.
Something's got to be uploaded now.
Had to have made a contact somewhere.
So that's usually what it's like. It's just we have one meal with them, usually dinner. We try to bring something to share, and then we leave in the morning without waking anybody up. If you guys are up, we go home and give hugs. But it's very simple.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we'll have a little bit less of a panic about the Wi-Fi now because I'm not going to do the Facebook updates on Facebook Live like I was over at facebook.com/Dirtpatcheaven. I'm going to reserve that for the Patreon audience.
And Dolphin Man asked what to fix our gas tanks. It wasn't our gas tanks that got hurt.
No,
it was the rear seal.
Fill your gas tanks.
Oh, to fill. We don't want to tell you that. It's about $85 every time we fill it. That's the receipt you hand me every time when you come back.
There were 2 receipts. We had to run the card twice this time.
Did we?
Yeah.
How much was it this time?
$105.
Was it? So usually it's $85. This time it was $105.
Right. So.
It's not, that part is not a tiny expense.
Yeah. Getting so bored. Okay, so Simply Twee Beings. Have we figured out how to keep the girls from getting so bored on the road?
Yes.
Torture.
We have extensive school. As soon as we're driving, we knuckle down and we do extensive school. For Kaya, that usually means about 2.5 hours. For Paige, it can mean up to 6 hours if she fights me.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. 6 hours of driving, we are covered.
Yeah. And then once we're done with school, the girls and I play card games or board games. But while they're doing their actual school, I'm sitting across from them. I'm editing videos so I can keep an eye on help them. But I'm also getting my homework done at the same time. What?
John Lord, okay, so, no, serious, no. Have we solved the vapor lock situation? You know, it only happens when it's, like, above 85 degrees.
And we're on really 6% grades.
Working that engine. Well, still not working it because the gears are so low, but, no, I laughed because Paratrooper jumped in.
Now I know the purpose of the RV. You're collecting everyone's Wi-Fi passwords.
Right, so we sell them and make millions. So, no, we do delete them as soon as we leave, just so you guys know.
Yeah, we don't hold on to them. I don't know. You can't access somebody else's Wi-Fi from a state away.
No.
Yeah.
But still, you don't want to have a bunch of extra passwords on.
Oh, good. Thank you, Tessa. Well, we're so excited to come to California. In the beginning, John said we couldn't go, and yet my evil plan, we're going to go to California.
Right? Be with all them crunchy granola types.
I love California.
Oh, it's gorgeous land. Too bad it has to sink off into the middle of the ocean one day, or we have to build a wall around it. It's
She's still
tragic.
on. She can hear you.
No, Tessa, you're wonderful.
Aww.
I wish you guys, you and John Lord, please get out of that state.
We're so excited to come see you guys. So yes, if you guys can ask to be hosts, it means that it's like we have family everywhere. Sometimes I get a little teary about it because of how much we feel like we have family everywhere. As far as like worrying about our safety and everything, life is too short.
Yeah. Well, we have found, so...
We've had so much fun. We've had so much fun with everybody that we've seen.
Not had a bad experience. And please, dear Lord, let that continue. If that is to happen, then I hope we have prepared the best we can for it through training and other means. And B, contrary to popular belief, I don't think that the world is going to end when one president or the other gets in office, or even if the other one decides that he's going to stay in office. I mean, the world keeps spinning. How reliable we are going to be okay.
How reliable is our RV? Our RV is exceptionally reliable. It is a little
Who asked that?
Workhorse. It was Ivan.
Ivan?
Ivan asked.
Ivan, yes.
There's
It is older than us and more reliable than
and
us.
John can work on it and fix it just that.
With every tool that I have packed in
And
my
it's
toolbox, I
just
can fix
the only scary part
everything
is that it drives
if I
so
have to.
slow. It's geared so low that it drives really slow on the freeway, and it's really scary to have it's really scary to have semis come up that fast behind you and worry that they're not going to be able to turn. That's the only scary thing about it. And so a lot of times we've taken back roads so we stay off freeways, and that's been better. We need to get a slow-moving vehicle sign for the back of our RV, too.
Okay, Go for Green Living. Thank you for letting us know. She says, we never got our confirmation. Can we get that question email again, please? So email us, dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com, and in the subject line, put down host or hosts.
Yeah, Daniel, send it again. We never got our confirmation. Can we get that question email again, please? Yes. So,
Yes.
Daniel, we want to come stay with you guys, so please
Which
do.
is what I just said.
Were you saying it to Daniel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go for
I'm
Green
sorry.
Living, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Daniel when I see Go for Green Living.
Funny. Let's see.
Well, thank you.
See, paratroopers in the same boat. If
Ivan's
it's
going to
newer-
pray for us a lot
Well,
because our
thank you,
car
Ivan.
goes so slow.
Right.
Oh.
Let's see, paratrooper. Yeah, same here. You know, I've worked on 90. The Expedition is a 99, and I have worked on it. But mostly, I've realized you just pay somebody else. That's what I learned in mechanicing school in about 2000. Was this isn't worth it. I'll go get a job that pays some money and go into debt and pay a mechanic. So, let's see. Seeing the Fallen Nation. Oh, so we're there. Yeah, we're talking about the end of the world now.
Well,
Sorry,
and
I brought that up.
yeah, I told you not to talk about the election. Ugh. My dad used to care a lot about that and get very political, and he's very much a prepper. And then he got burnt out.
The day after the inauguration is not going to be the end of the world. It keeps spinning.
Well, we don't know that, but if it was
such a big boat,
if it
takes
was, it would
forever
be
to
done.
turn.
I would go catch some wild rabbits and start breeding them in my RV.
Right?
That's what I would do because I'm that kind of girl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hi, Empty Hammocks here. Hey,
where?
so we
Hey, we're still in Idaho.
Yeah, still here in the cold, freezing
But
rain.
we're still living in our RV, so we're not fakers. We promise. We're trying to get
because of a Wusa incident.
Yeah, we're trying to get east, but the weather has kind of put the kibosh on that, so we're going to go west and south for a little while and watch the weather in the east and in the south.
And in the west, and then up north.
And everybody knows that there's the new Homestead Network channel, right? And Empty Hammock, Barry did that fun little intro that they did, which is really exciting. So any of you that don't know about the Homestead Network, go check it out. It's thehomesteadnetwork.com. And lots of fun collaborations with other Homestead networks or Homestead channels.
Yeah, we got to get on the ball on that too.
Could VJ depends. How you read
they can
Matthew
help
and Revelations. I guess. Well, Kevin, and the thing is, we're religious people. We believe that that weird things can happen, and Noah's Ark and all that kind of thing. And we've lived our lives that way for a really long time, kind of looking at the end of days and worrying too much about that and not feeling blessed in the moment that we're in. I've been way too intense about it my whole life, and so now I'm trying to repent of that and make sure that I'm noticing that my kids are getting older and hold their hands and play board games in the back of an RV. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Is your home bad that you left in Idaho? Also bad. Is our home bad?
It was big.
Big.
And that's
to us 2,300 square feet.
Home base that you left.
It's a beautiful home, and we have an acre and a half of beautiful farm.
Oh, no, he's asking home base. Okay, so it's it's here in Idaho. It's actually not too far from where we are right now.
That's right, old ways. Okay, Sarah. That's right. Don't let the TV scare if you're not going to Florida. The hurricane doesn't matter.
Right.
Well, it's not so much the hurricane in Florida as much as the snow in Colorado.
That's the immediate problem in front of us.
Yeah.
But I see the land is going to be cheap in Florida. So
the fridge isn't really a problem for us, John. We don't have refrigeration.
We've never.
I'm an off-grid girl. I love to simplify things, and I mean, that's probably stupid on my part. It would probably be good if we had a refrigerator, but I don't see it as a priority, so we don't fix it because Mom doesn't think it's a priority.
Right?
So Mom doesn't let Dad.
Pretty much.
I just
was
don't
like,
care.
honey, I think I need a multimeter, and then
I
I'm
know,
good.
you
and
keep
I could totally
saying
fix it. And
that.
you're like, no.
John keeps saying he could fix it or he could go buy one for $100. And I keep looking at it like, well, it's storing the dry beans just fine. The dry beans don't need to be refrigerated.
Why do we need cold dry beans?
Yeah. So I'm being a bit of I need to kind of listen to John and just be like, yeah, you can fix it.
Yes.
But I don't really want to.
Kerry threatened to attack Russian cities. You need gas masks and biosuits for your family. That's
Who's Kerry? Who's Kerry?
Thanks. Presidential Kerry. Former presidential Kerry. So, okay.
Okay, I'm religious too, but even when Jesus was here, the apostles thought he would be coming back even in their lifetime. Right, and we all do.
Yeah.
We all believe that. We're like, Jesus could come at any time, and that would be okay. So I feel like me spending more time with my family and not necessarily preparing spiritually. Right now, I'm trying really hard to prepare spiritually and repent of some of my bad mothering ways. Before Jesus comes, I've got the prepping down. Now I need to be a better mom, and so that's kind of where my head is right now. If you see cops and soldiers with a green bag on their thigh, then you need a gas mask. If you don't see that, you probably won't. What are we talking about now? Did I miss something?
Martial law and extermination.
Live, love, and laugh. The smart ones will make it.
John Kerry, thank you, Palmetto. Kerry.
I think, Barry, that is 100% the way to look at it. Did everybody see what Barry said? Every single generation since Christ
thought that they were the last
generation. We all do, and it's about your relationship with Christ and the way you're living your life now that matters, not whether or not you're still alive when he actually comes.
So Angel Man's back on the refrigerator. How would you store insulin? Good thing
well,
we're
I'm not
diabetic.
That one way that you can do it is that if you're in a hot climate and you have two clay pots, you can make a
Zero pot.
pot.
Look it up here on YouTube.
Look up zero pot
after the show.
You need a non.
It's terracotta. Bare terracotta. Not glazed.
Two sizes, one a little bigger than the other. You put sand in between the two pots. And then a wet towel over the top, and then you put your food on the inside, on the inner pot, and you keep water over the towel, and it's a refrigerator when you have hot weather. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're in cold weather, it won't work because there's not the difference in temperature, there's not the evaporation, but you can create your own refrigerator if you need to be able to keep insulin cool. That's how you can do it.
Okay, so quick.
Sorry.
We got 3 of them. Misty Valley, how's the traveling been on the back? Kind of just the same as everything else. I have a time limit on it, so I need to just move or do something different after an hour or two. Stretch, otherwise.
And he's got 3 pads underneath his back.
Right.
And I just added another one. We had like an air foam mattress that I went and blew up because he has 2 yoga mats under his back plus foam plus the foam underneath.
Josh Curtis, ask that one more time.
What did Josh say?
Orofino. Sorry, I'll come back to it. Go ahead.
So I just went up and blew up a camping mattress to put under him too, so that his hips aren't. He's heavier than I am by a little bit, and so his hip bones are like grinding down into the wood underneath the foam.
Like literally bruises, right?
And I can feel the dips. Like I went to go put this foam underneath him. I'm like, holy cow, has he been sleeping in this one spot? Because there's this huge divot.
Pretty much.
So he's up a lot at night in pain, which makes it hard for me to sleep, which makes me cranky. We're working on both of those things.
So, okay, all right. So Josh was asking about Orofino. That is a beautiful area up there, and you will get the Pacific Northwest sort of cold, not like our desert southeast Idaho sort of cold, where it's cool and damp and very much like Seattle-ish. It's a little colder than Seattle, but it's just a gorgeous area up there. And we are looking at moving up into that area if nothing else.
Oh, to northern Idaho?
Yeah, if we want to stay in Idaho.
How are our tires? Rancher Jerry said. Our tires are good. We just bought brand new tires on our first leg of the trip. We got 2 brand new tires put on the front of the RV, and the ones in the back are already good. Yep. So our tires are really good.
Yep. John Lord's asking about my back. The stem machine. Yes, we do have one. Yes, we do have extras. Batteries might be a little costly. We'll hear shortly. But honestly, in the whole first leg, I never used it.
Hey, Lonzerdum. How are ya? I haven't seen you in a little bit, have I? Yes, I have.
So, okay.
It's hard to keep track.
Right. 40 million Russians are going to throw nuclear war exercises. Please prepare. God bless. Yep. And the world's going to end, and we're still going to keep on living. So, kidney belt. Oh, hey, that's a good idea. Rancher Jerry says, look into a kidney belt like the truck drivers use.
I'm going to have to really edit this one because we had so much at the beginning where we couldn't get the conversation going. So I have a bit of news. Derek from over at Woods... Oh, dang it. How could I forget it now? Country Crafts Woods. He suggested that I take these videos that are our live streams and that I transpose the voice over a video that is our road trip itself, showing the scenery go by, so that you guys could actually see part of what we saw during the last week. It means I'd have to edit it a little more, but I thought that sounded like a really, like something that would be more fun to watch than just watching our faces.
Yeah, that would be... So, let us know, guys. You guys in the comments, what do you think? So... Oh,
I agree, Palmetto. You do need to prepare. You definitely need to prepare. And I don't know. I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but of all the places I feel safe, it's that if people know who we really are and what we've done in our lives and our skill set, if we had an emergency out there in the middle of the country where something bad happened in the U.S. and we showed up and we said, we have some really amazing skills, put us to work. I would hope that we would be an asset to somebody else's homestead if something like that happened. And for us, it would be a matter of faith. It would be, would we be able to find a family that we could help and that could help us if we were out in the country? Because we know if we were back home, we had plenty of food storage. We had the animals. We had the hand pump on the well. We had all that plus our skills. And so hopefully people would know us well enough to know that we wouldn't be a burden. We would hopefully be a really big asset just because of our skill set. So, but that's the way we think of it. I don't know if you guys think of it that way, but you're like our food storage. If that sounds horrible.
Also doesn't sound like Parasite.
I am really good at farming.
We realize if the world fell apart, or the nation fell apart at a moment, well, we would be going to a person who is of like mind. And so we would be able to at least get there.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay. So, thank you, Bonsai. Posting links at thehomesteadnetwork.com/show-times.
Humble Homemaker, we are still in Idaho. We are still living in the RV, but we're in Idaho right now because we had to get the house ready for the renters. Mm-hmm. So, still living in the RV, but kind of in and out of Grandma and Grandpa's on both sides for a little bit. True reason for prepping, multi-talented and multi-skilled, exactly. No burden here.
Yeah, we're no
right?
burden.
We would really hope that. We would
green.
hope that we would be, again, an asset.
Yeah.
Because I love to farm. It's I have no intention of RVing for the rest of my life because I can't handle not having dirt underneath my fingernails and goat manure on my shoes. And probably amniotic fluid in my hair. You know, poor John. Poor John.
Oh.
He's like, honey, can't you just shower? And I'm like, I can't. I still have more goats to go birth. I can't shower yet. Not until they're all done.
There's more hay. Something needs milked. The rabbits need milked and the goats need birthed. So.
Yeah. So. Right, Hubs was an engineer and was out of work for a year. We ate just fine. Prepare. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
when John got
exactly
hurt,
how it worked for
we
us.
didn't even hit a speed bump. It was more worry about the future that was stressful than worry about the now because we had our savings, we had our food storage, and we actually had lower bills while he was home than when he was working.
Like through the floor lower.
Yeah.
Because
we didn't spend anything.
It looked at almost a quarter of the income that was coming in was fuel alone. And suddenly we didn't have fuel other than going to doctor's appointments. So, yeah, preparation is amazing when you need it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. It's time to start growing an RV roof garden. Good job, John.
We'll thought about it.
If
the wind wasn't so bad, it's one of the reasons we wanted to have a horse trailer was so we could bring the goats, we could bring some of the garden, we could bring some rabbits and some ducks. So those are the things we wanted to bring. But we've found that things are so unpredictable as far as like where we're stopping and when we're stopping. It would be too hard on the animals, so we couldn't do that.
Gopher Green says fish
farm, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the tilapia, don't you? Weren't you going to try and start something else too?
Well, sorry, I just merged that with the last comment and thought about putting a fish farm on the roof, of the RV.
What is an instant pot, Ivan? What's an instant pot? Is that like a pressure cooker?
Probably.
We do. We have solar panels on the roof, and thank you, Tessa. We try.
Thanks to Mr. the Kid.
Casino, and there's one in Kentucky that we're actually going to go visit where they built their own structures. And there are certain guidelines, like you can't use pesticides on the property. They don't want any motorized vehicles because of air pollution. They want everything to be electrical. And everything electrical is run off solar power and wind. And that one's called Dancing Rabbit. Dancing Rabbit, like Eco Village.
Why did we go offline? Guys, I'm not sure what happened.
I wonder if there's an hour limit. No, we're back on.
Does it show? Are we showing good now? You guys seeing us? Okay, yep, we're back online.
That was weird.
That was so weird. I don't know what happened.
And I don't know what we were talking about.
Because it shows green bar for us, so we were looking good.
Oh, so maybe somebody wasn't supposed to know about Dancing Rabbits. So Dancing Rabbit Eco Village, I believe, is in Kentucky, but it might not be. Anyway, Dancing Rabbit Eco Village, that's one. And then there's, there's one in Utah too. It's more of a survivalist place. But they're all over. Just look it up. Look up like Eco Village, and you could look up Commune. I mean, that kind of thing.
Random advertisement in the middle.
Okay, so Instant Pot. What is an Instant Pot?
So
we
it's
missed
a pressure
it.
cooker.
Is it a pressure cooker?
Yes.
Is it like a plug-in? Why is it called an Instant Pot rather than just a pressure cooker? There was an advertisement?
No, he's joking. It was funny.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, Instant Pot is a pressure cooker. Okay.
For a while, I had to read lips. Yeah, our technology is so fun. Maybe it's not just on
Is
the
it?
internet.
Okay, so Terry just told us where it is.
What?
The Eco Village.
Oh, okay.
What does MO stand for? I don't remember which state that
Missouri.
is. Is that Missouri? I was like, wait a minute. Mississippi, Montana.
MS, MT,
Which one is it?
Missouri. So,
Okay, so Missouri. I would love to go to
farm
Missouri.
in Tennessee.
Electric tilapia on your roof.
Right? Right through the solar panel.
The farm in Tennessee. Is that another village? Oh, what's electric?
The pressure cooker.
Oh, the pressure cooker. Okay. Oh, and it cooks faster. No joking. I had an ad too. Oh, so it was. They put in an ad? I didn't know that. Weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and don't forget the Homestead Network. Everybody else that's on it. TheHomesteadNetwork.com.
Yeah.
Make sure to go check it out for other people who have other live shows because they're all amazing. Fully cook a chicken in 15 minutes, really. And so it's a steam cooker. How interesting.
Jennifer
Those
Stanley.
chicken
I
nuggets. It
saw
was
an
crazy
RV in
seeing them
Portland
up
that
there.
had a built-in
That's
chicken coop on top
awesome.
of it. It was crazy
Rice
seeing
in
them up
10
there.
minutes.
We saw a fifth wheel, a big old monster that you pull behind a truck, and it had a 4-foot gate on it. You could have put the goats up on top of the roof on that thing. So.
But again, the wind becomes an issue. If they have too much wind, it's really, really hard on them.
So.
It's like a hippie farming community. They don't allow guns, though, so no go for us.
Yeah, no go for us.
Yeah, and a lot of the consensual community type things they either lean really conservative in their prepper community or they lean really right, really left, I mean. This is my right, your left. They lean really left and they're like, no gasoline,
No breathing. You're going to be
guns.
charged for your CO2 emissions.
And so you can take the conservatives that are a little scared they're going to get shot up by the feds,
Right.
or you can take the liberals where you can't use toilet paper or gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
Take your pick.
I
I would love both of them equally.
Right is still right, even to them, but for us it's
Is it?
backwards for some reason. So,
Oh,
I don't know why.
Left.
Left. So let's see. Farm in Tennessee dates back to the 60s. Yeah, I'll bet it'll be fun.
John D,
What?
put another quarter in the telephone. Another ad. Remember how you had to put a quarter in the telephone?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
We're dating ourselves, by
Right?
recognizing that.
Yeah, and I think Dancing Rabbit is amazing. They are really and we're gonna go see them, by the way. And they've invited us to stay overnight and like stay in one of their spots and be able to go take video. And I'm so excited. If we weren't going there for any other reason,
No,
What?
yeah.
no, Dancing Rabbits isn't.
Wait, which one's this?
That's the Mendocino one you're thinking
Oh.
about. The Mendocino one has amazing tiny houses, and it's a prayer retreat, which is amazing. I'm so excited to see that. They have like 16 little huts, and then they have different rooms you can go into where people pray over you if you feel like you need something, and that part is free. So I'm getting too excited again. I'm just like, we have all these cool places we're gonna go see. We get to take videos of them.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
Do you like children?
What? I do like children. I have 2 of them. What are you saying? I don't want to drive behind that Portland RV chicken poo and coming at you, right?
Yeah, and they'd probably throw eggs at you too.
Oh, Wayne's World. Is that a
Yes.
YouTube channel?
Never mind.
He started another trip. I don't know if he will
Where
have
is that?
chickens this time, but he did let the chickens run when he was on the shore. How interesting.
I can't see that.
I wish I could figure it out. I wish I could figure
This
out how
is
to take my
Grizz.
animals
I'm
with
not
me.
sure. Yeah, we have to take everything at least a little tongue in cheek with Grizz 270.
What?
He's kind of fun, but
What?
I've been reading the comments. He's on a roll today.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay,
See.
mother of many horses. You got to find who you fit with, whether a group or a family or an.
Yeah,
That's very true.
So true. And thank the Lord for the internet, because do you realize we can all connect
Right.
in a way that has never been before?
When do we hit the road again? We were supposed to hit the road today and be
Yeah.
in Utah, but
No go.
it took us a little longer to get out of Grandma and Grandpa's trailer into our trailer, make sure we had everything locked.
And paperwork. I mean, we had loose
Paperwork.
ends. We had to really tie up.
Yeah.
We had banking and our property manager and
we-
renters.
Wait.
Yeah, we
What do you
lost
say?
a
Haven't
lot.
been lawns are dumb.
Hi,
Say it
Doug
again.
and Stacy.
Hey, you made it! We're so excited to come see you. Okay, so I have to tell you about this dream last night, Doug and Stacy. Okay, so 2 nights ago, so I hate vlogging because I want to be teaching something, not just showing what's going on. So anyway, so I made a vlog. You guys saw it yesterday. They make me really nervous. And they make me not sleep at night. So I had this dream that Doug and Stacy hated me, and they had started making these videos about how they thought I was such a fake. And I was like, oh, Doug and Stacy, they hate me. And I dreamt that everybody else online hated me. There was the viral videos going about Dirtpatcheaven.
We are having problems.
What?
Guys, are we still buffering? I'm just going to upload. Okay, guys, are we back on? Somebody give me a happy good news, because it's showing that we are supposed to be just there and awesome.
Oh. Do we need to close
Everybody
everything else?
wants to rule the world.
Are we done?
I don't know. Guys, are we good? I think we'll give it probably another 20 seconds, and if I don't see a good, we might have to just cut. Or at least we'll type to you guys.
How long do we plan on RVing? We will be RVing until we have seen everyone that we love. Which means we might have to make several loops around the country.
This could be a multi-year thing.
I don't think
So-
it'll be multi-year. I think we could probably do it in a year.
Right. So, bad dream.
Well, and that's the thing is we grew up with a lot of people that wanted to do the commune life, that wanted to do that kind of thing. And it always leads to contention and hurt feelings in the end.
Yes.
It's much better to have a little bit of away
have your
from other people.
If everybody buys their own property and runs it their own way, and they just do it all in the same neighborhood, that works out much better. But to everybody have the same chunk of land, and even Paul can attest to that. He had his land, and he was willing to give it to people.
And he was
But
paying people.
He was paying people to take it, but they just didn't.
They would sit around and eat nachos and think about
horrible.
how bad life was that they couldn't sit and continue to eat nachos on his property
Right.
when he was paying them to build these beautiful buildings that were going to teach people how to have rocket mass heaters and all these other amazing things.
Right.
And so I do think that if you're going to do the community living, set up a contract in the beginning that kind of gives the standing for if we break up this community, how do we break it up? What land goes to who gets paid for what, how much will it be worth? Because otherwise you come out of it and there will always be people that are butt sore. Always.
It's the best way to put that too, I'm sure. So if everybody buys their... Anyway, let's see. At least nobody could have called the bovine police on you. Yeah, that's a good point. Right?
Okay, so Humble Homemaker, in that time, do you plan on living off the Patreon and your YouTube money? The YouTube is really what we're living on. With the Patreon, it shows that we're making this huge amount of money, but we've asked people to cap what it is
Right.
that they make. So if they pledge $30, but they pledge it as only $30 a month rather than $30 every video, then it caps it. But for some reason, it shows it as if they were paying $30 for every video, which they're not. And so we do have a little bit of income coming in on the Patreon, but mostly.
And thank you, patrons, for that.
Yeah, we love our patrons.
Patreon.com/Dirtpatcheaven.
And I make knitted goods for those that donate more. So every month, Helios gets a hat, and I'm making a sweater for Amy, and those kinds of things. But I mostly it's coming in from YouTube. But remember, we also sold everything in our house, so we have savings to take with us. We're living on cash, not credit cards. And so that's what we're doing. And if we got into a bind and the money wasn't enough, we would probably find somewhere inexpensive to park and let the money catch back up again. Or I could go get a job. If it wasn't a physical job, John could go get a job while we were parked. Or we could just come home.
I could be a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, because you could be on your feet all day. So you could totally handle that.
Down in what is that? Quartzsite, Arizona. Welcome to Walmart. I wouldn't have any competition there during the winter. Oh wait, so let's see this and how do we find out we like-minded people. So yeah, Rain Country Homestead. That's exactly what we're thinking. Is
See you, Jay.
Getting around and like kind of.
I think we've been on.
Yeah, we've been on a bit over an
long
hour.
time.
Now we're 20. Doug and Stacey, thanks for coming by, and thanks everybody. See the conversation.